Two longtime rivals in high school basketball, a game of the week on TV3. Connersville and Richmond battle in a sectional semifinal game at Newcastle, a TV3 game of the week. The Newcastle High School Fieldhouse is where it's about to begin. The basketball sectional game between the Connersville Spartans and Richmond Red Devils. Hi everybody, with Ron Wiley. This is Fran Schoma welcoming you to the game of the week on TV3. And this is the game that will determine one of the two teams that meet 24 hours from now that will decide who advances to next week's Class 4A Regional at Southport. Ron, the Spartan fans are back after leaving this building exhausted 100% earlier this week following that 2-overtime win over Mount Vernon in the sectional's opening game.
Yeah, that was an incredible game, and I tell you what, the drive home, it was kind of like reflecting on what happened, and I think that's what all the Spartan faithful had when we went home is, hey, we won, but man, what happened? What a great game. We were red, filled this field house in red. Today, we're whiting it out.
Richmond Red Devils and the Connersville Spartans, second time this year. The Spartans won a game in Richmond in mid-December. They won by 5 whole points. We'll see what happens tonight in this game, because to win, you have to stay alive in the tournament.
Yeah, that's right. This is do or die right now.
Ron, I think we're getting ready for the national anthem right now, and then we'll be following that immediately with the lineups for the ball game. Fans are being asked to stand, and we are getting ready for the national anthem.
Welcome to Newcastle High School, home of the world's largest and finest high school fieldhouse of its kind, for tonight's first game of semifinal action in the IHSA Class 4A Basketball Sectional 9 Tournament, featuring the Richmond Red Devils and the Connersville Spartans. At this time, everyone please rise and remove your hats as we pay honor to America with the singing of our national anthem, performed this evening by Brandon Midley, a senior at Newcastle High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Ron, another fine presentation. Tuesday night we had members of the Newcastle band playing the national anthem, and tonight we have a young lady solo, and very nice.
Great job, great rendition, great way to start this game. And man, oh man, I tell you what, the electricity, you can cut it with a knife and then some.
There must be 4,000 Connersville fans here in red and white. I mean, this is just unreal. How about some lineups? We're minutes away from this ball game.
Yes, for the Richmond Red Devils, they are led by freshman Ricky Weldon, the coach's son. He's a guard. He's number 1. Trey Griffin's the other guard. He's a 6-foot senior, number 3. Christian Harvey's a 6-foot junior. He's number 20 at the third guard position, and in the front court for the Richmond Red Devils, A.J. Ferguson's a 6'3 senior, number 24. He's at one of the 4 positions. And Daniel Hill is a 6'2 senior, number 25. For the Connersville Spartans, they are led by 6-foot junior Garrett Sipcott. He's number 12. Noah Belt is a 6-foot sophomore. He's number 30 at the other guard position in the front courts for the Spartans. They are led by 6'6 senior, number 40, Grant Smith. Hunter Sollenbarger gets a start in for the injured Bo Isaacs. He's a 6'3 senior, number 5. And Dalton Huffman's a 6'3 senior at the center position, number 50 for the Spartans. And
we talked with Spartan head coach Kerry Brown about tonight's game. Coach, plenty of excitement here tonight as you're about to play Richmond for the 2nd time this season. How does this team of Richmond compare with the one you played earlier?
Well, I'm sure they're better than they were back in December. I know we're a better basketball team than we were. The players are the same for the most part. They lost one kid throughout the course of the year, and we lost a young man last night that will not get to play, or excuse me, Tuesday night,
yes,
that won't get to play tonight, Bo Isaacs. So there's a little bit of difference in the personnel, but overall both teams are very similar.
Richmond has been scoring quite a few points in their last few ball games. I know you don't want that to happen tonight.
Well, they've got shooters that can stretch the floor. They've got quickness and drivers that can get to the rim. And then I think at one point in time, the Ferguson kid was the leading rebounder in the NCC, the conference they play in, which is a pretty good. So they've got a number of weapons. They've lost a lot of close ball games to a lot of really good teams.
Yeah. What's your plan? What's the key to this ball game?
Well, we have to go out and play well. On both sides of the ball. We've got to be able to contest their shooters without fouling them. We've got to keep their athletes out of the lane. And then we got to rebound and not give them any extra second opportunities. And then offensively, it always helps when you make shots. So we're hoping that we've brought our shooter's eye with us tonight. And then, just play within ourselves.
Ron Spartans in their white home uniforms again tonight, and of course Richmond will be in their traveling reds, red and white. Spartan colors, red and black colors for Richmond High School. This is quite an event.
Oh, definitely quite an event. Richmond and Connersville, their history is just rich.
Yes.
They've had some classic battles over the years as the faithful is getting ready to go ballistic as our boys are going to be announced. But again, Richmond's having this last couple of years have not
here
been
goes
good
the
to
roar
Richmond.
from the Connersville fans.
Yeah, and you can expect that all night every time we score. But Richmond right now, they come not in the position that they're used to being. Fran, they're used to being the heavy favorites.
Yes,
not just against
all
us,
the
but
time,
against the
right.
sectional field.
I agree.
Right now, they're again their record's misleading. It's 2-22. By rights, it should be 8-16.
That's right. They've really won 8 ball games. They lost 6 by forfeit because, as the athletic director at Richmond High School was preparing the rosters for the IHSAA to begin the postseason tournament, he discovered that they had an eligible player on their team all year, and they had won 6 ball games up to that point, and they had to forfeit them. After that happened late January, they did win 2 ball games. So officially they're 2-22, but really they are 8-14.
And it could
8-16.
It could be more than that because of the fact that they've lost a lot of their games within single digits. I mean, they've been in every game. Richmond is a very dangerous opponent right now.
Oh, absolutely. They scored 68 points in their last ball game, losing to Fort Wayne North 70-68. But these fellas have quite an offensive weapon, and we must talk about Bo Isaacs. Bo isn't playing tonight because he suffered that knee injury in the Tuesday ball game.
Yeah, dislocated knee is what it was called, and he was responding well to treatment, but again, it's this side on the air of caution. He still has a lot of swelling, still has some pain. Set him out. Hopefully he can get better for tomorrow if we win, and that's what we're going to. We're going to win this one for Bo.
That's right. We want to see Bo Isaacs on the floor tomorrow night, and for that to happen, the Spartans have to take care of these Richmond Red Devils here tonight. This is going to be a very tough ball game.
Absolutely.
The Spartans need to play 4 solid quarters of basketball, get off to a big lead, get this crowd into the ball game, and they'll win, but there are some big things that have to happen.
Right, yeah. I mean, they just have to execute. I mean, they did not execute properly that first half, and their defense finally picked up against Mount Vernon in the second half. But, we can't get away with that as the sectional continues on. Teams are getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier. We got to be that much more hungry.
A.J. Ferguson, a 6'3 senior, number 24, jump center for the Richmond team, and it is 6'6 senior, number 40, Grant Smith for Connorsville. Ball about to be tossed into the air. There it goes, and here we go. Richmond's number 3 grabs the ball. That's Trey Griffin. He has an 11.2 per game average as the Red Devils set up the play. Working behind the free throw circle, driving down the lane, feeding off, and a turnover. I think nerves are at work a little bit in the early going, Ron.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, I'm nervous. You can imagine how these kids are. But once they get rocking and once they get rolling, it's going to be
right.
well, that's a dangerous pass.
Ball goes into Smith. He's stopped 10 feet away, pops one up and in. The Spartans get a jumper from the free throw lane for Grant Smith, and the Spartans go up 2-0.
Yeah, definitely different from last night's game when they started off very, very slow. Their first 3 possessions turned into
a 3 by number 20, Christian Harvey.
That was an NBA 3.
He only averages 24.2 points a game, Ron.
I can see from that if he's going to shoot from there. Good
Oh,
job.
nice
inside.
move. Pass into Silcott. He's under the basket, and the Spartans penetrate that defense of Richmond to get their second field goal of the ball game.
What a great vision there from Grant. What a great feed inside to Garrett, and Garrett just easy ooped it up in there. Great job from the boys to 2 possessions, 2 scores. I like that.
Good ball game so far. Richmond on the attack, down by 1 point.
Well, Richmond doesn't seem to be forcing anything. You know, again, patience is a virtue, and looks like they're trying to be very patient.
Yes, Harvey is the ball handler right now. Feeds off to number 1. There's a loose ball, and a Richmond boy steps on the end line, and that's the second turnover by the Red Devils.
Yeah, our defense definitely is tighter than they were the first game against Mount Vernon. I mean, it's a suffocating defense. Again, nice defense there from Grant as he forced the turnover. Again, I like forced turnovers. I like when they force the turnovers.
It's a lineup change as Keyshawn Clemens, number 2, comes into the ball game for Richmond, and he replaces Daniel Hill, number 25. Meanwhile, the Spartans move the ball into front court. Here's Silcott driving around. A whistle stops play. Foul coming up.
Clemens on that. Yeah, they're calling Clemens on that. Not sure exactly
number
what happened.
20, I believe it was number 20 when they called. Yes,
it is 20.
That's
I
on
thought
Harvey.
he just hit 2. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, a non-shooting foul. Spartans have the ball. Silcott apparently was starting to drive around when he was bumped by the boy from Richmond. There was Sullenberger trying a corner 3-pointer, which is off the mark, off the front rim. The rebound goes to Richmond.
We got a good view from that. From here, it looked like it was off just a little bit to the left when it left his hand. Now Hunter is going to get hot.
Harvey brushes the bottom of the basket, the net, out of bounds as Richmond shot was way off the mark. Spartans will bring it up court.
Well, Harvey's
Smith
used to shooting
the
from
ball.
30. Harvey's used to shooting from 30 feet away.
That's right. He gets up close. He
don't know how to shoot. Yeah, he's a tough kid, though. He's going to shoot.
Yes,
That's a good
there's
foul.
another foul called on Richmond. This one will be picked up by Ferguson. His first, team second. Smith was fouled, but it's a non-shooting foul. Grant will trigger it in for the Spartans at their end of the court.
And not a good foul from Richmond. That was a good foul for us to get, but
there's a collision of players. Ball knocked away by a Richmond boy, and Connorsville Richmond will have it, rather.
Yeah, it went off Noah right there. Not sure why there wasn't a whistle, but there wasn't one.
The Spartan fans wanted a foul on that, I believe, because the boys collided.
Yeah, and every time Harvey gets the ball, they're going to be doing air ball. But that kid's going to shoot anywhere. He's not going to let that stop him. And this kid.
No, he hasn't put in 24 points a game.
There's
a nice steal by Smith, taking the ball away from a Richmond player, and down court goes Grant. Stops at 3 feet, up and in. Going to be called for a charge.
Yeah, he's not liking that at all. You know, Grant just out-muscled right there. We'll see if he did commit the charge as Grant comes up here. You know, he's steaming towards the basket, and he was stopped right there.
That nullifies the shot, of course, the basket, and gives the ball out of bounds to Richmond.
Yeah, Clemens was perfectly set on that, and you know, Grant was hoping that he wouldn't get the call, and he did. And you know, but again, I like that from Grant. I like the way that he was just, going to the basket. And he did that against Mount Vernon. He took over and started charging to the basket.
Shot from way out is missed by Wedlow of Richmond. Nice rebounding Spartans. Something they weren't doing, Ron, in the early going of their game against Mount Vernon.
No, not at all.
There is Smith starting to drive down. Ball knocked away from him, out of bounds. Touched last by Richmond.
Grant shaking his head.
Ball.
He's wanting to know where the foul was. We'll see him coming in right there, and not sure why there wasn't a call, but nonetheless there wasn't a call. He did get hacked on the hand, but the body for sure.
There's Philip Hobbs coming into the ball game for Richmond, number 12. And number 2 is Clemens going out for the Red Devils. There's a lineup change for the Spartans as Dalton Huffman comes to the sidelines and Dalton Lee replaces him. Inbounding, Connersville goes to Belt to Smith. Smith tries a 3, which was short. The rebound will be taken by Richmond. Up court, the Red Devils driving the lane. Close in shot, layup missed. Rebounding Spartans.
Yeah, I just think he over-hustled that one for the Red Devils. A nice fake by
Here's
Grant.
Smith
That's a
getting
foul.
around a defender, up and...
Yeah, he got hooked on the way around right here, as you see. Yeah, that's
foul
that
called,
hook.
another non-shooting foul. A 1-point ball game. Richmond out in front. They have Connors out in front rather, and the Spartans putting the ball in play. Comes to Sullenberger. Over to Lee. Back out to Smith. Pulled out. Spartans in a 1-3-1 offense right now.
Yeah, again, the defense for Richmond has been very good as well. As you see,
Loose
this
ball,
deflection
nice
right there.
save.
Yeah.
Nice save by Sullenberger. Over to Silcott.
Yeah, who would have thought that we'd be 4-3 with more than halfway through this first quarter?
Right the way it began, you thought it was going to be
Nice hustle from Grant. That was beautiful.
Nice. That ball
Yeah.
was missed by Silcott, the shot, and
Grant's done that all year long. Here's another one.
Silcott shot will not drop for
Yeah.
Garrett. Tried a 3, rebounding Richmond up court. The Devils down by a point.
Again, the way this game started off, you thought it was going to be a barn burner, but
That's
now
right.
it's kind of
The
cooled down.
opening shots were both dropped through. There
Nice.
was another one missed
was
by
a
a
nice block
Richmond
from
boys.
Grant.
Spartans grab the rebound. Silcott comes out with it. Hustles it across the timeline. They work underneath. Here is
Nope.
a 3-pointer by Sullenberger.
You got to make these. Yeah, there's a foul. Yeah, again,
Foul called on a Richmond boy, and
we're getting these opportunities, Fran. We're getting the glass like we didn't against Mount Vernon, against Grant, going up there hard, got fouled hard. But again, we're getting the glass, but we're not turning them into points. We got to be able to turn them into points. And
Right.
Richmond's defense has clamped down, so have ours.
Hunter Sullenberger goes to the corner. Well, easy to understand why. In the Lawrenceburg game, he hit 7 of 9 free throws from the corner.
Yeah, he was 7 for 9 from a 3.
And he is trying to hit that basket from
And he
the
will.
corner.
He'll get hot.
Free throw is good by Grant Smith. He has 3 of the Spartans' 5 points. And Richmond will bring the ball up court. 3 minutes left to play, opening period.
Yeah, Richmond, again, just very methodical.
Spartans in their man-to-man defense as they working the ball around. Number 3 is the ball area.
So I was,
Griffin.
yeah, I was saying,
There's
volleyball.
some steps called on Harvey as he started his drive toward the basket. Traveling call.
Yeah, that's twice that we have seen Harvey kind of, outdo himself or he out-hustled himself.
Richmond calls a timeout to stop play here in the opening period. 2:38 on the clock, and it's 5-3 Spartans. I'm like you, Ron, I'm surprised that we don't have a higher score than this.
Right, exactly. When we came out, we scored on our first possession. Richmond came back and hit a 3.
Right. It looked like, as you said, this was going to be one of those nights where everything you
throw up there is going to drop. We scored on our second possession, and that's been about it, except Grant's free throw right there. Again, both defenses very, very good tonight.
Absolutely.
We didn't expect that we were going to come here and blow Richmond out, but again, we got to find that extra gear. We got to keep the lead. We can't, any opportunities where we get that extra glass, that tip out that Grant had didn't turn into points. We need those opportunities to continue and turn them into points every time it's given to us.
Spartans rebounding well tonight. I'm impressed with the rebounding.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, again, that was something that was lacking first 3 quarters against Mount Vernon.
Timeout's over, and teams will break from their coaches. Rick Wedlow of Richmond, Kerry Brown of Connorsville, and the Ricky Wedlow, who wears number 1 in Richmond, is the son of the coach. He's just a freshman at Richmond High School playing varsity ball.
Yeah, he's earned it, you know. Just because his dad's a coach doesn't mean that he can't earn it. He earned it.
Sure. Spartans will put it in play. Smith works it into Silcott. Back to Smith. Here's Sullenberger. Lee out to Silcott, tries a 3. It's off the front rim. Those threes just won't drop for the Spartans. Ball into backcourt momentarily. I think the Richmond fans wanted the ball called a turnover, but the official said no. It was batted in the backcourt.
Again, nice hustle right there. We got to turn them into points.
There's Smith driving down. Close in shot missed, and Richmond has the rebound. Number 1 up court. Widlow tries a shot. He was fouled. See who it's on.
It's on Dalton.
On Dalton Lee. Number 22 will be charged for his first foul. That's the team's second. Non-shooting foul. Richmond will inbound. They're into the court. Ball works on. Nice steal. Sullenberger, the ball was juggled for a moment by the Richmond boy, and Sullenberger
again got to turn these into points. Hunter right
fires
here
from
hot.
out.
Yes.
Oh, there's a 3.
Hunter's got to get hot from there right there.
Hunter Sullenberger hits a 3, and the Spartans go up by 5. Here's Richmond on the attack.
You know, again, our defense has been outstanding, and that's pretty much, I think, maybe the only point we've got off a turnover.
Ball driving in, nice layup by Richmond's Harvey as they work the ball to him, and he drives the lane, lays it up and in.
He has all their points.
Connorsville on the attack. Here they come. This is Smith with the ball out to Silcott.
No, Dakota just got, or Dalton just got hit.
I think
hard.
So.
The foul right there. He was
happened right in front of the official.
Yeah.
Dalton Lee takes the ball. He's number 22. Here's Silcott. Feeds out to Smith.
Oh, Noah. You know, Noah came alive against Richmond on their floor, hit 3 threes to open up the game. We need him to get hot tonight, too.
Here's Smith.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful
Here's
job.
Silcott.
Oh, wow.
Misses the close-in shot. I think he was banged a little bit on the face,
he was banged on the face
foul
pretty good.
call. Down court. Richmond tries a close-in shot, misses. Up court, Smith goes around a couple of men. He misses the shot.
Now it's a steal by Garrett. Here we go.
There's Silcott taking the ball, laying it up and in. 5 points for Garrett. The Spartans up 10-5.
Crazy chain of events right there,
Richmond,
and they're going to get
on
Hunter.
the attack. Both teams missing these high percentage shots, Ron.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I mean, again, we saw that against Mount Vernon. You just think that's an anomaly, that it just very suddenly happens. Look at that right here. Here's Grant missing it. You just can't believe he missed it. The Richmond guy got the ball, and then Garrett steals it, and then he comes up and finally gets the – wow, that was just crazy. But good heads-up play from Garrett right there.
There was a foul called on Sullenberger at Connorsville. His first, team's third. Richmond fires long with 2 seconds on the clock, missing, and we have 1.5 seconds to go. Connorsville gets the ball out of bounds.
I'd love to see us sink one right here. As you see the faithful and white, as it's a white out here at the field house.
Braxton was in the ball game for the Spartans momentarily. Smith will come out. Wes Smith will come in. A 6'1" junior, wears number 23. Here's a long pass inbound by the Spartans, intercepted by Richmond, but they cannot get a shot off to end the first quarter. 8 minutes of basketball played here at Newcastle tonight. It's 10-5. The Spartans have the lead over the Richmond Red Devils. and Ron, a kind of a crazy quarter.
Oh, what, definitely a crazy quarter. I mean, again, we missed a lot of easy shots against Mount Vernon. They missed a lot of easy shots too, and it's carried over. Both teams, Richmond and Connorsville, missing some easy bunnies. And imagine what the score would be if both teams have made those. But,
You're right.
Again, one thing impressed, we talked about it earlier, Fran, was the fact that we're able to get the glass. We're hustling. We're seeing some extra hustle. We're seeing some oomph from the boys that we really didn't see that first half. With Mount Vernon, you see the faithful right there having a good time. And, it's just one of those things that, we are the hunted, and we still need to be just as hungry to defend our sectional title as we are.
I agree.
Earned it.
But I'm impressed with the coaching in this ball game. I mean, it's obvious that both teams have scouted and re-scouted the other one, know exactly what moves they're going to make, how are we going to defend against it. I think that's what we've been seeing in its first series.
Yeah, it is absolutely, this is one of those games where it's going to come down to who wants it the most.
Yes, these are two well-coached teams.
Yeah, what'd you see? I mean, Hunter just went over there and grabbed the ball quickly, trying to catch Richmond sleeping.
he puts it, he's a trigger man, putting it in bounds. Silcott has it right now, a man on him. Man-to-man defense by this Richmond crew, both teams using man-to-man. Number 30, Noah Belt with the ball, feeds Silcott, drives down, feeds Huffman up and in.
That's a beautiful job there.
Oh, nice play, nice feed, nice teamwork.
Yeah, being at the right place at the right time. One of the things that was lacking that first quarter and pretty much all the Mount Vernon game was our threes. We've only hit, three Tuesday. Now we've only hit one, and we've missed so many.
Spartans up by 7 as Richmond moves the ball in the front court. Clemens, number 2, is the ball handler.
I think it's 20 from here.
Feeds over to Harvey, and he feeds off to a teammate whose shot is missed. Another rebound, Noah Belt this time for the Spartans. Speeds Smith and Grants quickly in the front court. Here's Belt driving down, feeding off to Silcott. Sullenberger in the corner, the three. That's what the folks from Connorsville came to see. 6 points for Sullenberger on a couple of threes.
I tell you what, that kid, once he gets hot, he's on
fire. That's right. I mean, there's no stopping him.
And not even a fire extinguisher to stop that kid.
He missed a couple there of threes from the corner, and I thought, well, he might stop trying, but he isn't going to.
Oh, he's not going to stop.
Here is Richmond on the attack.
And that's why it's important where we were getting inside. We've been getting inside a lot here lately, Fran. And
Silcott guards Harvey. Harvey drives down, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Connorsville, as the Spartan boy was. The fans in Connorsville say it should be the other way around, but it will forever be a blocking foul on Connorsville, and sending number 20. Christian Harvey to the free throw line for a pair.
I don't know, from here it looked like Dalton was set just like their guy was set when Grant was called for the charge. Now they're saying air ball for Harvey.
Shot is on its way. He makes the free throw. First free throw of the night, Ron?
Yeah, that's first free throw of the night for them. We're 1 for 2 so far. 15 Connorsville, 6 Richmond. First half of play in this semifinals game from Newcastle Fieldhouse in the sectional. Up and shot missed, and Belt grabs a rebound. Wow. Belt's got a lot of rebounds tonight.
Smith was on the floor along with the Richmond boys. They both were going for the rebound, and Belt, who's the smallest guy out there probably.
Yeah, he's got a few tonight.
he says, I'll take the ball. Nobody wants it.
Drive in there, Noah. Go on, buddy.
Here's Noah driving down. Foul called on a Richmond boy, number 24, Ferguson, and he looks at the official and says, who, me?
Yeah, exactly. And, I tell you what, I like that from Noah. Noah, again, sees a little bit of an opening, tries to draw the foul, and he did. And he was hoping that maybe he would get the shot since he was actually trying to go up.
Noah's playing a good ball game.
Noah's one of those ball players that he does a lot. He can get
right. He's not flashy. He just does the job.
He's always in the right spot at the right time.
Yes. Here's Silcott and a crazy shot. If that would have gone in, that would have brought the Spartan fans to their feet.
Man, I tell you what, that was an incredible shot there from Garrett as he went and got the foul and just didn't get it through the hoop.
Foul is called on number 25, Hill of Richmond. Free throw missed by Garrett.
That's unbelievable. I mean, we just really have.
Yes, it is. I mean,
we want to advance in this tournament. That has to improve. Has to.
Second one will drop through. Spartan's 16th point. Richmond with 6 has the ball. 6 points for Silcott.
Yeah, that again, that's unbelievable that he's 1 for 2 from the line. Garrett was upper 80s last year.
Yes.
And we definitely got to improve on that. As
Here's Harvey looking for an opening.
Wow.
Falls down, scoots along the floor. No call made. Feeds off to a teammate who pops one up and in, and that's Ricky Wedlow, who puts the ball in for the Red Devils.
Yeah, that good news for Richmond. That kid's a freshman.
Yes. Bad news for their opponents. Here's Belt firing and dropping off. Just wouldn't go through for Noah. Richmond with the rebound this time. Here's Harvey.
Need to stop them here as Richmond. They're starting to feel it. They want to go on a run right now, and they got that last bucket and the last.
There's Harvey, a little jumper from about 10 feet out, miss. Smith rebounding Connersville. Up court Spartans. Richmond sets the defense underneath the Belt. He put a shot up and missed, but he was fouled.
Again, that's what I like about Noah. He's always in the right place at the right time. And when he gets that ball, he knows exactly what to do with it each and every time. And he went up there with authority and got the foul.
Free throw by Belt, good. He'll get a second attempt coming up here.
I like that kid. Good news again. He's only a sophomore, so we got to see 2 more years
You're
of that kid.
right, yes. Second free throw is good. And now here comes Richmond down by 10.
Again, I would think that there would be a little bit more, oomph in Richmond coming down as being down 8 or being down 10.
Yes.
But they're just taking their time, and hey, that's fine. Eat some clock.
Number 1 fires long. It hits the rim, and Sullenberger rebounding Connersville this time. Goes to Silcott. And again, Garrett will move it into front court.
Again, good defense there, Fran. As we were able to get that rebound. There was 3 guys underneath the glass, and Grant's going to hit it right here. Yep.
3 by Smith. Fires it in from behind the free throw circle. 6 points for Grant Smith.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, this is a totally different game from Tuesday's night game as we're firing on all the cylinders. But again, just like Tuesday's night game, there's still a lot of ball game to go, and we still need to play hard.
Called.
Are they calling no on that? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they got no on that.
His first, team's 5th.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Wedlow will toss it in bounds for the Red Devils. Goes to Harvey, who gets set for a 3, misses. Fight for the rebound, won by Grant Smith and Silcott. They team up to get the ball. Here is Smith. Stopping behind the free throw line, fires up and in, and the Spartans have 24 points, and Richmond has 8, and the Red Devils say hold it. We want to talk about it.
Yeah, they definitely have to talk about it. As you see the faithful, you hear them, they're going absolutely ballistic. And again, Grant is feeling it from outside, he's feeling it from inside. And again, watch him stopping and popping right there. And that's when you're feeling it, you're feeling it.
What's going on here tonight at Newcastle is the Spartans are playing their game.
Exactly, we're definitely playing our game.
We're playing our game and not the other guy's game.
Calmly, we're playing it calmly. We're playing with confidence.
Yes. Something we haven't seen in the last couple of ball games by the Spartans.
No, we haven't. We played the very last game at the Bowl senior night. We played great 3-quarter ball game. We had a 20-point lead going into the 4th quarter, and then Lawrenceburg exploded. We just got lackadaisical.
Yes.
And again against Mount Vernon, it just seemed like we were climbing that hill. Every time we got the ball, we were going uphill, and we finally were able to get the lead late in that second overtime. And right now, we're like, hey, we're going to play with the lead from the beginning.
Dalton Lee has entered the ball game for Connersville, replacing Noah Belt in a guard spot.
We're on a 22-5
Here the Red Devils
run.
trying a 3, and this one will drop off. Teammate rebounds, puts it up, misses. Another rebound by Richmond, and a foul finally called. Stopping play. It's going to be called on Smith, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to be called on Smith right there. No, it's going to be called on Dalton Huffman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Huffman got the call right there. That's his second foul.
Yes, second on Dalton. Meanwhile, at the free throw line is Harvey, the leading scorer on the season for Richmond, and he misses the free throw.
Oh, Harvey's not liking that at all. You saw him just kind of scream after missing that shot. Again, he's a good ball player, almost 25 points a game. He's going to get fired up.
Belt is back in the ball game, and Dalton Huffman will go out. Free throw is good. The second one by the Richmond boy, and Connersville will inbound in backcourt. 7 points for Harvey.
Get it in there. We got to go. And that stuff scares me to death when they do that.
Full court press put on by the Red Devils, but Smith will show them how you break that.
Oh yeah, he broke it
He
pretty
just
quickly.
dribbles around the defender and puts it in the front court. There's Smith with the ball, and he's pushed apparently from behind, a foul on a Richmond guy.
Yeah, Philip Hobbs right there pushed. And it looks like is there a timeout? We got our guy. Oh, okay. So yeah, Grant's going up to the line, but again, yeah, push right there from Hobbs, and
That's his second foul, team's 8. Spartans will be at the line from now on. Smith will shoot the 1-and-1. Got the first one, now he'll get a second.
got to make these free throws each and every time, even though we're up 14. Doesn't mean that's not just as important as if we're down 14.
Second one looks good. 11 points for Grant Smith, averages 18 per game.
Yeah, his average went up a full point from that 31-point outburst in Tuesday's night ball game.
Here are the Red Devils. Harvey gets around his man, feeds off to a teammate who is open, but the shot is missed, and the rebound goes to Connersville.
Wow,
Here's Smith up court. Watch Grant Smith. He pops one up and in. It will not count, though. A foul apparently called before he fired the ball.
Yeah, he'll get to the line.
Right, he can still get a couple of points here if he can make the free throws.
Not sure why they didn't call it the continuation right there, but nonetheless, he still gets a shot because we're in the bonus. Got to make them. Again, I like the way Grant, his all-around play is shining brightly tonight, Fran. Except on his free throws.
Oh, free throws missed, and rebounding Richmond.
Yeah, that's got to make these free throws.
Shot from out by Richmond is missed.
Well, another
rebounding
rebound from
Belt
Noah.
for Connersville.
Again, that was a perfect, if you watch that play again, that was just a nice.
There's Smith driving down, cut down as he goes toward the basket. Whistle stops play.
Grant just going crazy to the hoop. But I tell you, Noah just getting perfect positioning to get those rebounds. And Grant, man, I tell you what, he's a man on a mission tonight.
I mean, almost you think there's 6 guys out there for Connersville.
Yeah, and they're all named Grant Smith.
This free throw will drop through. Spartans' 27th point in this ball game.
I tell you what, when one of your fellow Warriors is on the bench, you just amp it up a little bit, and that's what the Spartans have done all night tonight, Fran.
Second one is good, and the Spartans lead 28-9. Richmond with the ball. Number 3, Griffin, is the ball handler. Feeds off to Wedlow. Here's a jumper from the free throw lane, which is missed by Richmond, but a nice rebound and put up and in by a Red Devil, and scoring number 25, that's Daniel Hill.
Yeah, Daniel Hill with authority went up for the Red Devils right there, trying to get them all fired up.
Here's Smith. Out to Sullenberger, over to Belt. Spartans with 1:45 on the clock here in the first half. Feeds Silcott, and Garrett drives the lane. Nice feed to him, and the layup is good by Connersville.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was beautiful.
Here is
right
Harvey
there.
down court, loses,
Tries
a shot, loose ball. Spartans grab the rebound.
Crazy.
There's a pass behind his back, which was not good by Grant Smith. One of the few mistakes that the Spartans have made tonight, but Smith tried to pass the ball off to a teammate that went into the out of bounds, and it's out of bounds to Richmond.
Hey, it's good we're doing it when we're up 19, but again, they just make the pass, and that was just not a good pass. It looked good, but it wasn't a good pass.
Well, a few turnovers by the Spartans, Ron, in this ball game so far.
And you never know. Again, we're playing a hungry team, so we can't allow anything like that to happen.
Nice drive by Harvey as he drives in the baseline from the left side for the Red Devils. Goes up and lays it up and in. They have 13 points. They're down 30-13.
And Harvey has 9 of those 13.
Here's Belt. Comes out to Silcott. Spartans will go for the last shot of the first half. Set up the play. Belt and Silcott moving the ball.
Again, just passing around, eating a lot of clock. We're up 17, so no sense in.
Belt dribbling around his defender. Goes now to Lee. Dalton drives the lane, backs off. Under a half a minute left to play in the opening half.
Right there is the faithful coming alive with 17 seconds to go.
Here's Lee dribbling around.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm losing weight watching him run. I mean,
Silcott.
Dalton needs a little spark plug. We got 8 seconds to go. Let's get in there.
Pretty good ball handling. Silcott drives down. Shot good. Penetrates that defense and lays it up and in as the buzzer sounds. And we've reached halftime here tonight in this ball game.
Tell you what, the Spartans on a roll. As you see Garrett right here again. You know, seconds count down. He knows what he has to do. He's got to get to the glass and get there hard, and he did. And beautiful way to end that quarter, that half.
Score here at halftime is Connersville 32 and Richmond 13. And Ron, I don't know about you, but I'm surprised at this score.
Yeah, me too. Now, again, I expected that we would probably be a high-scoring game simply because, you know, the first couple possessions, both teams scored.
Yes.
Then it was 4-3 for the longest time. It seemed like both defenses clamped down, and I thought, oh, we're in for a defensive battle. But, you know, towards the end of that first quarter and on all the second quarter, we exploded. I mean, our offense executed brilliantly, beautifully. Our defense was beautifully. Noah Belt getting a lot of glass. I mean, his positioning.
Oh, absolutely. The rebounding has been great by the Spartans.
Yeah.
And
the hustle.
Like I said earlier, we're playing our game.
Absolutely. We're definitely playing our game, Fran. You're absolutely right about that. And not only are we playing our game, what we're doing is we're hustling. We're doing the little things away from the ball. You know, there was one shot from outside. Grant came in and tipped it out to one of our guys. We're seeing away from the ball movement that is just creating plays for our big men. And I tell you, we're just doing a fantastic job of playing our game, and we're playing it to perfection. Again, we have to remember, none of those behind-the-back passes get crazy. You can do that in practice. We need to execute because Richmond's still hungry, and we still got a half to go.
You know they're going to make adjustments at halftime,
yeah.
And who knows what will happen in quarters 3 and 4. 32-13 right now. Spartans lead. They had a 10-5 lead at the end of the first quarter, so that gives Connersville a 22-point second quarter, and Richmond was able to score but 8 points in that second quarter.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Well, we know Richmond has a high-powered offense that we talked about before the ball game began. In their last ball game, they lost by 2 points to Fort Wayne North, but they put in 68 points.
Yeah, they know how to score.
Absolutely.
They know us. They know how we play. Again, totally, as Kerry said in the pregame, totally two different teams. Both teams have improved. So if both teams have improved the same, then we're still just a little bit better. Again, I never thought we'd be at 19 at the half.
No, I don't know either. No, I totally agree that I did not see this coming. How about some scoring?
Yes, for the Richmond Red Devils, they are led by their leading scorer, Christian Harvey. He has 9. Ricky Weldon has 2. And Daniel Hill chipped in 2 for the Red Devils. 13 points. For the Connersville Spartans, they are led by Grant Smith, 13 points. Hunter Solid Barker has 6. His cousin Garrett Silcott has 10. Noah Belt chipped in 2 from the foul line, and Dalton Huffman has 2 for the Connersville Spartans, 32 points.
I think Noah Belt's done a great job guarding Harvey.
Oh, he's done a fantastic job. And again, Noah's one of those ball players that's deceptively fast. He's very good on defense.
Yes.
And he's been able to get the glass. And as you say, he is the smallest guy on the court, but he's getting the glass because he's getting perfect position to get the glass. And, you know, again, very, very impressed with the play of Noah Belt. As you see a future Spartanettes right there, they're going to be playing there someday as their fans waving high. Again, it's a joyous atmosphere here in the Newcastle Fieldhouse as we're whiting it out, and our boys are really, really feeding off of that. And, again, very, very impressed with their play. Bo Isaacs being out, of course, that's the story of the ball game.
There must be 4,000 Connersville people here wearing red and white. They have followed the Spartans this season. Well, for past seasons, they have followed this team all over the state.
Yeah,
Hi,
Joe
nice
Daniels just
Joe
pulled
Daniels.
up here. You got Joe Daniels here. Joe, you know, I tell you, these boys, you got to be proud to be a Spartan fan and a Spartan alumni.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. So how's everything going for you?
Great. Being a youth pastor is awesome. It's taking a lot of my time, so that's good. I'm not out doing anything crazy, but I love it.
All right, absolutely.
Joe, when did you graduate from CHS?
When did I graduate
Yes.
2012.
Okay, and
Sir.
where have you been for 4 years?
I've been in New York at Davis College.
Okay.
Yep,
You
played
decided
basketball.
to come back to Connersville,
Yes, sir.
and you're a Kerry Brown assistant.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's good.
Yes, sir.
What's the difference in this ball game you see so far?
They're taking it to them in the paint. Not a lot of outside shots, taking it to their chest and finishing, and free throws.
Good play by the Spartans.
Yes, sir.
Yes. We appreciate you stopping by, Joe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Joe.
Yep.
Joe Daniels, folks, who's a 2012 graduate of CHS.
Yeah, Joe Daniels, one of the most hard-nosed players.
Yes, I remember him.
Yeah. He stopped by and
that's
you know,
great.
I tell you, he's exemplified of Kerry Brown's program. He's one of those kids. He's a good ball player, good kid, good human being. We got a lot of good human beings on this team, and again, we talked about Bo Isaacs being out today, and just the play by Noah Belt, stepping in there, Hunter stepping into his spot,
Yes.
hitting those threes at the right time. You know, all these kids are fired up because they want to win for Bo, and that's what's going on right now. That's the theme of this ball game. That's what's carrying this team.
Spartans going to this ball game with a record of 25-1. As we mentioned, Richmond officially is 2-22, but really they have a better record than that because of the forfeits.
Yeah, they had 6 forfeits, so that's, you know, give them 8 wins on the season. But again, some of those wins were, you know, nail biters. They lost within 10 points, so it could have went either way. So, I mean, they could be at 500 or even better.
Yes. Ron, I think you'd find this interesting that the Richmond offensive and defensive average is exactly the same, 60.1 points a game.
Oh, wow.
And that's almost unheard of.
Yeah.
And at the end of the season, that have a defensive and offensive average the same.
Yeah, and them being that much under 500. So, I mean, you would think if you know, maybe
you
they
would
could
think
be,
so, yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
but, you know, if you give them back those 6 wins, that's 8-16, and at 60.1 on both offense and defense, again, you would think that they would be, you know, maybe 18 and 16.
I think that shows they played some very close ball games.
Oh, yeah, they definitely played some close ball games. I mean, we beat them by 4 points, or 5 points in their house back in December. You know, again, that's when we were getting going. And, you know, again, this team, even though we're up 19, we should not.
No,
you know,
as they say, don't take your foot off the pedal.
No, not at all. No behind the back passes, nothing crazy. Let's get going. You know, we can do that and celebrate that and practice when we prepare for Newcastle. But right now, again, let's keep our foot on the pedal and you know, we'll let everything up when there's triple zeros on the floor.
We talked about their offense and defense average. The Spartans go into tonight's game 58.4 on the offensive side, and they've allowed an average of 46.3 points a game on average. So if they keep playing this kind of defense tonight, they will even bring that 46-point per game average down.
Absolutely. You know, we've done a lot of games. I'm surprised really that their average is that high. So, you know, we've done a lot of games where they've had in the 30s, where they've kept teams in the 30s, and teams that were scoring 60 points or plus, you know, they've been in the 30s. So, you know, again, I'm surprised it's that high, but again, we are known for our defense, and our defense is just really, and again, our boys walking out to the floor now, getting a nice ovation for the faithful. Again, this team is playing perfect basketball right now, but as you said in the beginning of this telecast, it's a 4-quarter ball game.
Yes, it's only half over.
Yeah.
The Spartans are, would you believe, going for their 17th straight win?
That's crazy. That's, you know, again, how many times have we had 17 wins in a season? You know, we just haven't in a long time, and now we're going for our 17th win of the season. And you know, again, I think you and I talked about it last year and on the Spartan Sports Report when it ended, how good that team was last year. That was a good team. Tyler Phillips, Chandler Graves, those 2 seniors left. You know, they left the void, but Garrett and Grant and Bo and Hunter and all the rest of the team stepped up, and we knew that they were going to be special. We didn't know that they were going to be this special. This team is very, very special. They might not be the most athletic team that you'll play. They may not be the fastest team that you'll play, but they will be the best team that you play because we will come at you on all cylinders, and you will know when you walk off this floor that you've been in a battle with the Connersville Spartans.
These teams have 3 common opponents. Both teams have played Muncie Central along with, Shelbyville and Newcastle. Richmond defeated Muncie Central, but they lost the other 2. But the Spartans, of course, won all 3 of those ball games.
Yeah, and we're undefeated against all the sectional opponents. And When was the last time we can say that for our team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Spartans champions of the Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference, a 7-0 record in the conference to win it for the third time. We have a minute left to play, and a minute left to go before play resumes here in this ball game. It's the game of the week on TV3. I'm happy to have you with us. Again, the winners tonight between the Spartans and Richmond, and between Newcastle and Greenfield Central. The winners tonight will meet tomorrow night at 7:30 for the championship and the right to move on to Indianapolis to the Southport regional, which will be a week from Saturday. And it will be the Plainfield sectional winner that will be taking on the Newcastle sectional winner in the game at Southport.
I tell you, Newcastle and Greenfield's watching this game, and they got to be shaking their shoes a little bit seeing this high-powered Connersville offense executing to full capacity.
The teams that are playing in the Plainfield sectional, with their winner, as we mentioned, meeting the winner from the Newcastle sectional in the regional. The teams at the Plainfield sectional are Brownsburg, Terre Haute South, Plainfield, Mooresville, Avon, Terre Haute North. Those are the 6 teams that are competing at Plainfield this weekend. Well, the Spartan fans are seeing what they came to see, Ron.
Yeah, what they hope to see, what they expected to see. And yeah, I'm very surprised right now. Richmond, slow. I mean, they're down 19 and you don't see any change. They're just, again, trying to get through that white wall of defense.
The Red Devils, here's Harvey driving down, feeding off to a teammate. Shot won't go. A fight for the rebound, won by Connersville.
I tell you what, that's great, Smith.
Open up the second half, getting a nice rebound after Richmond had 3 shots at the basket, not good. Here's a ball taken by Richmond Red Devil. No whistle stops play. Here comes a foul.
Yeah, they're going to call Noah on that as, again, Noah reaching in there and got the foul. They're going to call that. Well, they're supposed to call it every time. Not sure if they.
Second on Noah Belt, team's first of the second half. Richmond ball. Out to Harvey. Silcott guarding him right now. Number 3's got an open shot, and it's a 3. Ray Griffin hits the first points of the second half. They go to Richmond. They now trail by 16. And the Spartans move it into front court. Here's Belt.
Again, the Spartans just, being very patient right now. Who I thought Noah was going to take it.
Out to Smith. Spartans in that 1-3-1 offense.
He's
Here's
going all the
Belt
way.
driving down, scoring.
I like that. I like Noah, the way that he's just getting excited, get fired up, and
He went around his defender and put it up and in for the Spartans' first 2 points of the second half. Here is Harvey driving down, missing on the shot. The Richmond fans wanted a foul, none called. Up court Connersville after grabbing the rebound. Sullenberger feeds Silcott. Garrett falls down, loose ball. Richmond had it for a moment. Huffman finally for Connersville. Belt with the ball, tries the shot, fouled. He'll be at the line for repair.
Again, what we're seeing from the Connersville Spartans is what we haven't seen in a while. And, we've just won on pure talent, but the extra hustle, the extra effort right there, Dalton and Sullenberger sliding right there. Again, we're seeing a lot more oomph than we've seen in a while.
That foul was called on Wedlow of Richmond. Belt's free throw miss. That's right. This is supposed to be the easiest shot of the ball game.
Yeah, supposed to be.
It's 15 feet away. I'm not sure that I.
Well, you were 100% when you.
Oh yes.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Noah misses both.
Yeah, Noah never misses 2 right there, and he did. And again, we got to keep it going.
Richmond rebounding.
Yeah, I thought he double dribbled right there. Yeah.
Traveling called on a Richmond boy for a Red Devil turnover, and Connersville will inbound. Silcott will put it into Smith.
I think that defense of ours is just really getting into Harvey's head as he's just not playing the way that we know that he can play. And again, we got to remember that.
Here's Belt, double teamed, works the ball out to Smith, back to Belt. Underneath the Silcott, up close for a shot, missed.
He was
Rebounding
hoping for a
is
foul.
Wedlow of Richmond. Up court come the Red Devils.
Another step out of bounds.
There's another turnover by Richmond.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, their coach is not happy with that. You
No,
got to be aware of where you're at all times. Now let's see where he's at right there. Yeah, oh, definitely right there.
Yes,
He stepped out.
in the green, and that's
not allowed.
no man's land.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, not allowed.
Here's Smith taking the inbound pass. Grant works Silcott over to Sullenberger from the
another one.
corner.
Oh, get your
A
rebound,
three
Hunter.
try miss, but Hunter grabs his own rebound. Works to Lee. Out to Smith.
Oh man, I thought Graham was going to take it. He's
I
going
did
all the
too,
way.
but he drives down, gets within about 5
Beautiful
feet of
job.
the basket, misses the shot, but the follow-up by Silcott is good, and Garrett has 12 points.
Ooh, nice steal there from Grant as the faithful just giving the Richmond player the business. As Grant said, get that out of here. Yeah, get that out of here. See
Well,
that
the
cheer
defense
line going
tonight
crazy.
with the Spartans you can spell in all caps, Ron.
Oh, you definitely can, and in bold.
Yes. Oh, nice play, inbound play by Richmond. Goes into number 24 and lays it up and in. Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson right there. That was an easy bucket for him. One of the rarities for Richmond as they're
Yes.
swarming the defense.
Here's Spartans. Here's Dalton Lee. Good ball handling. Out to Smith. Now Sullenberger.
You know, again, they start
Cross court
pressing.
to Silcott underneath to Lee. Missed the shot. Got his own rebound. Put it up. And missed a shot. No foul called. Richmond has the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. You know
I
what?
think Dalton wanted a
Oh, he definitely wanted a
foul
foul.
call now. Here's number 3 firing.
Oh, they're going to call Garrett on that.
I think Garrett Silcott picked up the foul, and he was in three-point land
Yeah.
when he tried that field goal. So 3 free throws coming up by a Richmond guy.
Yeah, cannot let them do that. Cannot foul in three-point land at all.
No. This is number 3, Trey Griffin for Richmond. Free throw number 1 is good. Their 19th point. Gets a couple more.
Yeah, Carey's wanting to call a timeout. He's not happy with what he's seeing. Again, you know, we're up 17. We were up 20, and we're up 17. We're still playing well, but, you know, again, we're not executing as cleanly as we were the first half, and Carey's calling timeout to reset the troops.
Well, like the last thing that the coaching staff wants to happen is what happened in that Lawrenceburg game, as you pointed out. We went to the 4th period with a 20-point lead, and it got down to 4 or 6, I believe.
Yeah, it was down at 4 or 6.
Right.
I mean, we can't have that.
No,
I mean, at all.
I mean, that's what they're guarding against here tonight, because as you pointed out a couple of times, this Richmond team is explosive.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it could happen unless you
Yep.
really tighten up your defense.
Yeah, we got to play this as if we're down and continually keep playing our game.
We need to play like we got a 5 or 6 point lead.
Oh, exactly, yeah. Well, we got to play them with respect.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't handle your opponents lightly. I mean,
right. This is the sectional where we need to play 4 quarters, every second of every quarter with intensity, with the same intensity.
Absolutely.
And it needs to build up until the end of when there's triple zeros. That's when the intensity level can go down.
I mean, when the pairings came out, I said to myself, to win that, they're going to have to play 12 quality quarters of basketball.
Yep. Yeah, that Mount Vernon game was a mental game, very physical as well. You know, and we lost one of our warriors and Bo Isaacs.
Right.
So you know that can play on the mentality of the team.
2 free throws remaining for Trey Griffin of Richmond. He fires and good. Got 1 to go here. Puts his team at 20 on the scoreboard. Takes the ball from the official, bounces it a couple of times, and fires again. Shows you how to shoot free throws. He has 6 points, half of them just occurred from the free throw line.
Yeah, he made them look easy, and he
Yes,
stands
he did.
pretty far away from the stripe too on his free throws.
Spartan ball. Braxton Reveley, number 31, is in the game for the Spartans at one of the guard spots, replacing Dalton Lee.
Yeah, Reveley's one of those defensive guys. I mean, he's in there. He's tough.
Good defense by Richmond now. The Spartans, there's Smith with the ball to Belt. Sullenberger in the corner, double team, feeds off to Belt, gets free from his defender, feeds Silcott. It's a bad pass, and it's intercepted by Richmond, and a turnover by the Spartans will put Harvey down, and will try a shot. Garrett Silcott, I believe, guarded him too closely, and a couple of free throws coming for Harvey.
Yeah, right now the Richmond Red Devils are suffocating us defensively, and what we need to do is break that a few times, and once we break it, it will stop them from suffocating so much.
Second foul on Silcott, Spartans' third of the second half. Harvey at the line makes the free throw. That's 4 straight free throws by the Richmond Red Devils in this second half. Here is Reveley coming out and Huffman coming in for Connersville. Second free throw coming up now for Harvey. What's his point total now, Ron?
He's got 10 right now. It'll be 11 if he makes it.
He did. He did. 36-23. The Spartans with the lead and the ball. Smith drives down. Scores, but it'll be nullified. A foul called as he was driving toward the basket.
There's a couple of those that he's had, and
it's the second foul on Griffin of Richmond. Non-shooting foul. Spartans inbound, comes to Belt. Noah loses the ball momentarily, tapped away by a Richmond boy. Connersville will keep possession.
Newcastle and Greenfield Central watching this ball game from the stands, and well, I bet what they're learning right now is that if we want to disrupt Connersville's high-powered offense, we need to swarm them, and that's what's happening.
Bobble the inbound pass, and Richmond has the ball in the front court.
Yeah, we need to definitely get this going. We've only got 4 points this half.
The ball handler, that's Griffin. Works it to number 12, Hobbs.
Oh, he's out of bounds.
Another stepping on the line for Richmond. Boy, they've had 3 or 4 of those, haven't they, Ron?
Yeah, they definitely have way too many of those if you're the Richmond coach, and he's not happy at all. He's down there stomping his foot. But again, we're down 10-4 this half, and we just need to pick it back up.
That's right. Well,
Sullenberger's
Sullenberger, a 3 from the corner.
Get that guy hot, man. I'm telling you, it carries over.
9 points for Sullenberger on 3 threes. Here's a whistle at the other end of the court.
We'll call Noah on that.
Foul called.
Noah's third. He fouled out against the Mount Vernon game. Granted, it was in the second overtime, but we got to set him down. And
Noah comes over along with Silcott to talk with assistant coach J.D. Miller here along the sidelines. While meanwhile, at the free throw line is number 20, Christian Harvey. He's just a junior at Richmond High School.
Yeah, they love that.
And misses his free throw.
I like Harvey, his intensity. I mean, this kid, he averages almost 25 a game. And
well, he makes them go. I mean,
he does. He really does.
He's the guy that inspires his 4 teammates on the floor. And second free throw is missed. Well, after making a couple, he's missed a couple. So Spartans have the rebound. There's Silcott in front court. Ball knocked away. Tapped last by Richmond.
Yeah, definitely was tapped last, and the coach, he's not liking the ball, but
he's not liking that call, I don't believe, by the official. He thought it was tapped out of bounds by Connersville, but the official said no, Spartan ball.
Well, I tell you what, Wedlow, he wears a path on that floor.
Connersville on the attack. Smith pulled out.
We just got to make sure that we break this little bit of a press and get somebody open, and that's you can't force that pass when Hunter was open.
Pass attempted by the Spartans, which is batted away by a Richmond boy. Starts up court, loses control of the ball, and it's turnover against Richmond after a turnover by the Spartans. And Spartans have the ball. So.
Got to make them pay right here, so that way we can get back on track of things, and we're not doing as well as we were the first half. Again, you expected that.
We've only scored 7 points in this third period.
Yeah,
there's Huffman.
There's 10 right here.
Ball handling.
Yeah, I mean, that kid.
There's the Sullenberger said, I'll try the other corner for a while. And drops one in. 12. That is his 4th 3 tonight.
He's on fire. He's 4 for 6 from 3-point range tonight. Of course, I'm very unofficial, but I'm telling you, this kid, he came to play. Back
Harvey
up to
of Richmond with the ball. Smith guarding him right now. He drives down and he's fouled by Smith.
I don't know if it's Smith or Huffman. Can't tell who they're going to call on that.
Not sure either.
Yeah, it is on.
It's on Dalton.
Well, maybe. Yeah, it is on Dalton, yeah.
Dalton Huffman picks up his 3rd foul.
For a second there on the replay, I thought, well, maybe they are going to call Hunter on that, but it was definitely Dalton.
Harvey at the line hits the free throw. Second one coming up here.
Can't believe he missed 2 last time.
42-24. Spartans in the lead with a minute and a half to go in the 3rd period. Harvey takes aim and fires and misses, and Belt rebounds Connersville. The whistle sounds. Apparently somebody stepped on the line of Connersville, and Harvey's going to get another free throw, I believe.
Yeah, Dalton there was
too anxious, I guess, to go for the ball, and it'll cost the Spartans possibly a point. Let's see.
Yeah, it could be. And I didn't know if he had jumped the line or not. From here, we couldn't see it.
Second free throw. Well, no harm as he missed the free throw, and the foul is called
Richmond.
On a Richmond boy.
Ferguson,
non-shooting foul. Number 24 is right. Fleet Ferguson's 3rd. So both teams have key players with 3 fouls.
I tell you what.
Full court press by the Red Devils.
We got to get in there.
Spartans need to get the ball across that line before 10 seconds tick off.
Me to death.
They do. Smith, Silcott, Huffman up and in. Nice teamwork.
That is teamwork, Fran.
4 points for Dalton Huffman in this ball game. Richmond on the attack. Feeds off. Traveling call. Basket was made, but it is nullified by a travel call against the Richmond Red Devils.
Yeah, again, a defensive forced walk right there from the Spartans. I like that as we are really now finally righting the ship.
Spartans with a lead of 20 as they move the ball into front court. Here is Sullenberger.
Oh, beautiful.
Try to grab the rebound. Smith for Connersville. And they will now set the play for the final shot of the 3rd period.
He's watched film on you from that frame. We've seen you do that before.
Spartans fans come alive as they like what they're seeing here tonight. Foul call on Richmond. On 24. Ferguson, that's 4th, I believe.
Yeah, that's 4. Yeah, that's 4 on Ferguson.
It will be out of bounds Connersville on the non-shooting foul. Clock is stopped at 38.3 seconds in the 3rd period. Belt will trigger it in, and it will go to Smith. Grant will work to Silcott, back to Smith, back to Silcott. Garrett wears number 12. Now Sullenberger, number 5. Double team.
Nice job.
Bounces the ball off of a Richmond defender.
And I think it nailed Carey.
Connors, an assist by Kerry Brown there.
That's what I love about Kerry Brown. I mean, we're up 20 and you wouldn't even know it. We could be down 20. He'd have the same expression.
Hey,
love that guy.
Always calm, but that pays off because the kids,
the
kids do not get rattled.
Wonder what they're calling on
Grant. There's a whistle-stopping play, and I don't know what this one's all about. Is this another foul?
Yes, another foul on Grant.
Connersville.
We'll see what happened on
Smith.
That. Not sure if he hooked the guy or not.
Not sure what it was, but the fans from Connersville did not agree with the call, but I don't think that makes any difference. Here's Harvey walking the ball across the line, so the Red Devils will have a shot at the last of this 3rd period. There it is, and it is missed. Smith grabs the rebound for Connersville, and we have played 3, I believe.
Yeah, they were.
Is there a foul?
No, Grant was hoping that there was a foul, and the faithful was upset because Grant's trying to trying to throw it, and the faithful are like, hey, wait a minute. No matter where he's at, if he's shooting the ball, it still should be a foul. And the Zebras obviously get the last say, and they say no, as you see the sea of white here at this field house.
Buzzer sounds, and we have played 3 quarters here tonight.
Michelle Counselor.
Spartans out in front 44 to 24. Connersville a 12-point third quarter. And Richmond, with his officials are deciding it. New guy coming to the ball game for Richmond, Marcus Leverett. First appearance for that junior from Richmond High School in the game as we are about to begin the 4th period. There's the horns signaling the timeout is over, separating the quarters, and here we go. Connersville 44, Richmond 24, and fouls. The Spartans have committed 6, Richmond 4. It will be Spartan ball. Sullenberger will be putting it in play for Connersville. He will trigger it into Silcott. Here's Garrett with the ball handling. Defender comes out. Now to Belt. Noah with ball handling, as all the Spartans are. Gives to Sullenberger. Out to Smith. Grant will drive the lane. Fouled on his way toward the basket. See what Richmond player this one will be.
Yeah, I'm not sure who exactly, but again, seeing that little bit of a lane right there, Grant goes in there and he gets hooked, and number 4 definitely hooked him right there. And
number 4's 3rd foul.
Yeah. Yeah, getting the Spartans
number
up.
3, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On Griffin, number 3.
Oh, I put it.
No, it's on 4.
Yeah, it is on 4. Yeah.
4.
You know, I tell you what, the Spartans, again, we've seen this before where they're up 20, and, you know, again, Richmond is not going to go away. We need to definitely keep scoring and keep the pedal. Or there's beautiful.
Silcott gets around his guard and lays it up and in. That's the patented Silcott shot, Ron. I mean, we've seen that all season long.
Yeah,
14
streak.
points for Silcott for the Spartans, up 46 to 24.
I'm telling you, he knows how to drive, Garrett, and it's beautiful to see.
Richmond on the attack. A whistle stops play. Is that going to be on Grant?
Going to be on Grant. That's his
Smith
second.
It's going to be called for a foul.
Yeah, just a little overguard there from Grant.
At the free throw line is Harvey, number 20. It's a 3rd foul on Smith. Spartans 7th. So Richmond will be at the line from now on, shooting free throws.
Yeah,
Harvey makes the free throw. He'll get a 2nd attempt coming up.
You know, when we haven't seen, I mean, we've been in the double bonus before where we've you know, fouled over 10, but, you know, we haven't seen them on the line this, you know, early in the 4th.
Second shot is short. Fight for the rebound, won by Richmond. And the Red Devils will have the ball. Player stumbles and falls. A loose ball picked up by Belt. Connersville gives to Silcott, up court to Smith. There's a ball intended for Huffman, just out of Dalton's reach. And it's a shot taken by Harvey, which is missed. Here is there's Smith driving the lane. I thought maybe he may dunk that ball. He was headed. He has 15 points. That would bring the Spartan fans to their feet.
Absolutely. We've seen that many times this year. But again, Grant, smart player, knew that he couldn't get the dunk in there. He was defended well. Was hoping maybe he would have got the foul. But, you know, again, Grant's impressing me very much with his play. You know, made a couple bad passes, but that's not going to stop him from playing 100% hard.
There's a ball. Bad pass by Red Devil, out of bounds. Connersville.
Oh, it's Connersville. I thought that Grant touched it.
The official, coach pleading his case, the Richmond coach asking the official.
Yeah, it is Richmond ball.
It's a Richmond ball, the offense.
Yeah, Grant's talking to the zebra like, hey, I wasn't going to admit it. You know, not at all. That's what they get paid the big bucks for, right? Grant's got a big smile on his face down there.
Here's Dalton Lee coming in for Connersville, and Dalton Huffman will go out.
Hate to say it, we saw it up here that it was off Grant. I don't know how they missed it. You know.
Richmond ball.
Oh, that's a nice ball. Wow.
Shot from out by Red Devil is missed.
You know, and again, keep them shooting from 25, 30. You know,
That's
we're
right.
up 23.
Keep them away from getting inside.
Hunter's going,
Here
wow.
is Silcott in the corner. Sullenberger in the corner.
Here
Works
we
to
go.
Smith. Gets around his man.
There you go.
There it is. He slams one in. What's his point now? Around 17?
17, you're right.
17 points for Smith. Another Richmond timeout as the Spartans have doubled the score on this Richmond team here in the final period.
You knew it was
50 to
coming
25.
right there. You knew it was coming right there, Fran. Oh, I'd love to see that 3 or 4 more times.
You don't talk much about it, Ron, but he's an all-star candidate for Indiana's all-stars this summer.
You know, I would hate to see him not make the team because I mean, this kid, his contribution to this team is so
certainly deserves to be on that all-star team.
I agree. I mean, when you're almost 25-1, and your best player, you know, who has played as well as Grant has. Again, he's an inside threat. He's an outside threat. He has started at guard before.
He's a point guard. He can bring the ball up court for you.
Yeah, he leads our offense in so many ways. I mean, he's an all-around ball player.
Yes.
He thinks, he hustles, he leads, and you know, again, that dunk right there brings the faithful out of their seat. And you know, again, if he's not an all-star, there's Charity Moore right there. If he's not an all-star, then I don't know what an all-star is.
I agree 100%. 5:37 on the clock in this ball game remains. Here come the Spartans with Smith, Belt, Silcott, Lee, and Sullenberger.
You know, Hunter has just, I tell you what, you get that guy. I mean, he's
Richmond
done so
ball,
well.
number 1 Wedlow handles it and feeds off to Harvey. Never gets to him though, momentarily stolen by Silcott, but Harvey seals it back for the Red Devils, drives down, crashes into Silcott, and whistle stops play. I believe the basket will count, and a free throw coming up by the Richmond boy.
Yeah, going to be on Garrett. That's his third, and you know, as Garrett just backs into our camera guy. Almost takes out Mitch.
At the line will be Harvey.
Now Harvey's been at the line a whole lot tonight.
3-point play for the junior from Richmond. And the 28th point for his team. He has 16 of them.
Yeah, I mean 16 of their 28, and you know, we knew we had to stop him.
Yes.
You know, he's still 8 points from his average.
And here's Belt with the ball for Connorsville, out to Silcott.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, tried an alley-oop for into Smith, but he was fouled before the ball got to him. See if the officials rule. They'll award 2 free throws.
Yeah, they're going to give him 2 free throws on that. Yeah, I was surprised that they did.
I was too. I thought he was fouled before he went up for the shot.
I did too.
That's number 20's second free throw. Here is Grant Smith at the line, Spartans' leading point maker per game. We talked about he has an 18-point per game average. Grant's free throw is missed.
Got to make those free throws again, no matter what. We're up 22. Still got to make these free throws every time we're at the line. You got to make them. They're important.
Second one on its way, and this one will drop through. Spartans' 51st point. 18 for Smith. Spartans 3 points away from their average per game.
Wow,
offense.
that was
nice move by Harvey as he went around a couple of 3 Spartans and went in for the close-in shot.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy for Harvey.
30 points for Richmond.
Now Carey's calling a timeout.
Timeout called by Connorsville.
That's a full.
Stopping play. 4:44 on the clock, 51-30. Connorsville with the lead, and tonight's second ball game will be the Newcastle Trojans and the Cougars from Greenfield Central. It'll be their second meeting of the season. Earlier, Newcastle defeated Greenfield Central in the regular season game. Again, the Spartans, if they win this ball game, will take on the winner of that game tomorrow night at 7:30 for the sectional championship. And the Spartans are the defending champions from the Newcastle sectional.
I tell you what, Greenfield Central had a double overtime game against their opponent on Tuesday night, and that was the question mark. How much of that double overtime game, especially losing Bo,
yes,
how much of that would have taken out of the Spartans? I mean, you know, again, Richmond, a hungry team, had that extra rest. Well, you know, the Spartans have answered it emphatically that it didn't take anything out of them. Matter of fact, it gave them fuel.
Yes, this is the first appearance for Richmond in the sectional because they drew a bye. That is, that they did not have to play in the first round of games.
Yeah, neither did Newcastle. So Newcastle
right,
rested
yeah,
as well.
Newcastle will be their first appearance. Silcott takes the inbound pass. Harvey tried to bat the ball away from him, but he was unsuccessful. Here's Lee, Silcott, Lee.
I guess we're just going to play keep away.
I think that's what the timeout was all about. Eat some time off the clock. Here's Smith with the ball. Harvey guarding him. Smith in traffic, feeds off to Lee, goes back to Grant Smith. Here's Silcott.
I tell you what,
Richmond guard comes out to pick him up. Number 12 against number 12. Right there.
You know, I tell you what I love about this team that gets overlooked is our ball handling skills.
They're good ball handlers.
Yeah, I mean, we're very good ball handlers.
There's Smith. Ball knocked away from him, but in doing so, the Richmond boy Harvey commits a foul.
Yeah, and that's going to put him at the line because that's their 7th foul.
Spartans will be shooting free throws from now on.
And that's Harvey's 3rd. Yeah, his 3rd.
Grant Smith shoots a free throw and will get a second attempt if he makes it, and he does.
Got to make all these free throws. I know we're up, you know,
That's
22, but still, you know, you get that free opportunity, you score.
Second free throw, good. What's his point now, Ron? 20.
20 points for old Grant. I tell you, it's become a routine for him here lately, just popping in 20.
That's right. Nothing new. There's a nice three put in by Trey Griffin for the Red Devils. Shot from three-point land. He has 9 points for Richmond.
You know, and the thing about Grant that's impressive is that his comes from all over the floor. All of his 20 points, all of his 31 points Tuesday come from all beautiful
moves.
Smith.
Here's a little chucker from the free throw lane, about 10 feet away, that drops in for the Spartans' 54 and 55th points.
Boy, that way
I
felt the wind on that move.
Here's Harvey. He'll fire a three, miss this one. A teammate rebounds, but he steps out of bounds. Connersville ball.
Now, how many times have we seen that tonight, stepping out of bounds?
Yes. Lee will put it in play for Connersville. Passes it into Silcott. Here's a full court press. Harvey picks up the ball handler. Silcott takes the ball, knocks it away from him. Silcott falls down, and he's over to Smith. He's in the front court. There's a collision of players. Smith, I believe, will be at the line again.
That may have been the longest 10 seconds I've ever seen. I mean, that scared me to death. And I think Walden's thinking, too, what watch you guys use? Now Grant's at the line again.
It's that second foul on number 1, Wedlow of Richmond. Smith at the line. No Spartans around the basket. So it's an easy rebound for Richmond when Smith misses the free throw. There's Harvey losing control of the ball. Grant Smith picks it up for Connersville. Quickly up court in traffic. Whistle stopped the play. Foul called on a Richmond boy. Smith will be at the line once again.
Yeah, Grant's going to be at the line pretty much the rest of the game, it seems like. His third, that's Phillips' third. Philip Hobbs.
Dalton Lee will come out of the ball game for Connersville. And Braxton Rebele is in. Braxton wears number 31. Free throw is good by Smith. There's bonus free throw coming up for Grant. Up and in. 57-33. Spartans with the lead. Smith has 24 points. And the clock shows 2:40 to play in tonight's game. Here's a jumper from three-point land behind the free throw circle, which is good for Trey Griffin. He has 12 points for the Red Devils.
Yeah, he has 3 threes. Again, we got to get it over the line. I'm scared.
There's a collision of players. Silcott, I believe, was bumped, and
Ferguson's gone. Ferguson's out. That's his 5th. Yeah, I'm surprised Ferguson.
A.J. Ferguson, a 6'3 senior at Richmond, will be fouling out of his ball game.
Yeah, that's his last ball game of the season, barring a miracle.
Wes Smith comes in, Grant Smith comes out, and the Spartans fans show their appreciation for hard work for Grant Smith tonight. Silcott, meanwhile, at the free throw line, makes it. Here's his bonus shot coming up. Second free throw is up and in. A couple of free throws by Connersville, and point total is 16 for Silcott tonight. Down court, Harvey for Richmond drives the lane, feeds off to a teammate after he can't get the shot away, and
nice move. Looked like he walked
up and in, and shot is missed.
Yeah, he fooled himself on that.
Silcott will be coming out. Lee comes in. Sullenberger will be coming out. Huffman comes in.
Yeah, great ovation from the faithful for Sullenberger and Silcott.
Really appreciate what these kids have done here tonight.
Yeah, you know, those two kids want to keep playing. You know, they're cousins, of course. Talk about that throughout the year. And they want to keep going. They don't want to stop.
We're under 2 minutes of tonight's game, and foul called on a Richmond boy will send Noah Belt to the line.
Yeah, he's got a double. It's double bonus now, so he'll hit 2.
Foul called on number 3. That's his 3rd of Richmond, Griffin. 2 free throws for Noah Belt. What's his scoring, Ron?
On Belts, he right now, get that one on there. That's 5 points for Noah.
Okay.
And Huffman comes out. He has 4 points.
Gavin Wicks, number 55, is in the ball game for Connersville. Free throw is missed by Belt. Rebounding Richmond, number 3, fires a 3
that
and
kid's
hits.
Nuts.
Yes. Griffin dropping them in from three-point land. Here's a timeout being called.
That's 15 for him, and he's got 4 threes and 3 at the three-point line.
30-second timeout being called by Richmond with 1:44 on the clock, and the Red Devils trailing Connersville 60-39.
Now the Spartans again, outstanding way that they came out. As you mentioned many times, played their game. They played their style of ball. And you know, again, these officials are letting them play. The sectional officials against Mount Vernon, they were, you know, letting them play, and you know, the Spartans are not being detoured at all with the physical play. They proved that they could be just as physical, if not more physical. Again, this team is a team. That's what makes them win.
Belt will trigger it in for Connersville. It goes to Lee. Here's Wes Smith feeding Gavin Wicks, who see, the official sounds or blows the whistle and see what they're ruling on.
Oh, they ruled that a jump ball, which is that was really quickly.
Yes. Here come the Red Devils, letting the ball roll into almost front court. Harvey picks it up. Shot out from a Richmond boys missed, but up and in by a Red Devil. Scoring by Hobbs. Belt will put it in play for Connersville. Goes into Wicks.
Nice hustle there. Again,
ball almost went out of bounds. Gavin saved it, but a Richmond boy finally ends up with a ball. Tries a shot off the front rim. Reveille for Connersville down court. Belt up and in.
All right, like it.
7 points for Noah Belt tonight as Richmond brings it across the timeline. Under a minute to go in tonight's game.
Again, like the way that they.
Number 12 firing in and out by Richmond.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know how many rebounds Noah's had, but it's got to be close to double digits.
Belt up court goes to Lee.
Yeah, I mean, no
Belt
sense in.
works the ball to Reveille, and 30 seconds on the clock, and the Spartan fans on their feet applauding this team's effort here tonight.
Yeah, there's a foul. Not sure why. I mean, you're down 21.
Another whistle by the official, and the foul is going to be called on number 3, Griffin.
Yeah, that's Griffin's third.
And Noah Belt will be at the line
10.
for Connersville. There's some more subs coming in for CHS. And Ron, we really need to talk about some of these fellows that are eligible for sectional play up from the JV team. We have 4 of them, and it is Belt making the free throw. He'll get his second attempt coming up here. We have four young guys from the JV team that are eligible. 5, really, I believe it is, because they could have 15 players on the sectional team. Free throw is good by Belt. Spartans have 64 points in this ball game, and Richmond will be putting it in play with just seconds remaining. You can see on the roster who those guys
Yeah, Clay
were.
Glarison is
from
number
out.
10. I mean, that's crazy. I didn't even see who scored that. I assume it's Griffin.
I think it was number 20, yes. Timeout taken by Connersville to make the substitutions, I believe.
Yeah, number 10 is Clay Garrison. He's a 5'8" freshman, and Dylan Logan's number 13 is a 5'10" sophomore. Both are guards. Like to see them get some playing time on the floor.
Absolutely.
You know, these kids are the future.
And Tyler Combs is on the sectional team. Ethan Smith is, and Drew Shirk is. So all those fellows have played good JV ball this year, Ron, and are elevated to the varsity squad here for the sectional.
Like it, like it, like it. Hopefully, I'd like to see one of them score.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this place would come unglued if one of those kids scored. But
okay, number 13 is Logan. He will trigger it in and take a return pass. Comes to Reveille. He's in front court. Dribbles between a couple of Richmond defenders. Feeds off to Wicks. Foul called on Richmond.
I don't understand, you know, why they're. I mean, they're down 20 with 6 seconds to go. You're not going to win the ball game. Let's just go home. You know, but you know, Richmond, they're playing until it's 0-0.
Braxton Reveille at the line for free throws. Right at 6 seconds on the clock. I mean,
Braxton.
Shot is missed by Braxton, and
he's not happy with that at all.
Little right. He's thinks I should have made that shot.
Oh yeah, he wants to make it.
Up, and this one drops through. 65 Connersville, 44 Richmond, 47 Richmond as they hit a 3 from the corner, and the buzzer sounds. This ball game is over, and it is in the sectional semifinals here at Newcastle tonight. A victory for Connersville. Run in regulation play for a change.
Yeah, that's shocking. I mean,
it is.
We actually could beat a team in 32 minutes. I would never guess that.
It is Spartans winning this ball game. Number 26 on the season, 26-1 right now.
Yeah, I love that. Love that. I mean, you know, this is. I tell you, again, we talked about it earlier, Fran. We talked about how special that we expected this team to be. I did not know that we would be 25-26.
That's the way with me, Ron. I'm really surprised because Richmond has been playing some very good ball of late, not winning all the games, but playing well. Coach Brown, before the ball game, talked about them improving.
Yep.
As the season went along. Absolutely.
Yeah, they have it. And we were really ripe for the pickings coming into sectional play because of the fact that, you know, we had played some games that we should have really won easily. And again, that Lawrenceburg game you alluded to earlier, the Lawrenceburg game where we were up 20 going into the fourth quarter, and they almost came back and beat us.
Yes, you know, I mean, we saw that big lead just
evaporate.
Right, right in front of our eyes here in that Lawrenceburg game.
And Mount Vernon, you know, we played them to a 4 overtime thriller at their house and won.
Yes.
And, you know, we expected that game to be tough, but, you know, again, we were battling uphill that entire game, and somehow at the last minute we pulled victory out of the jaws of defeat. So just unbelievable.
Well, every game that we've been playing, this one was one of the better games that we played recently. I mean, we've had some excellent games all season long, but this game was really an exception. And we must point out, Ron, that the Spartans, being the defending sectional champions, ranked number 13 in the state, had the best record coming in, and the target bigger and bigger on their back. So every team that the Spartans are facing, they want to be the one to knock Connersville off.
Absolutely.
So they're at their top of their game.
Absolutely, and if Newcastle wins this game against Greenfield Central to have a rematch of last year's sectional on their floor, you know, they're going to be hungry again. We have to stay one step ahead of the teams that are after us. We've beaten every team here in the sectional. Now we've beaten, you know, 2 of the 5 teams twice now. Again, we want to make another team a second time victors of the season Saturday night against either Greenfield Central or Newcastle.
Let's have the scoring, Ron. I don't think you've given it yet.
Yeah, definitely for the scoring for the Richmond Red Devils. They were led by Trey Griffin's 18 points. Christian Harvey chipped in 18 as well. Phillips Hobbs had 5. Ricky Wedlow had 2. A.J. Ferguson and Daniel Hill chipped in 2 as well. For the Connersville Spartans, they were led by Grant Smith, 24 points. Hunter Sullenbarger had 12. Garrett Silcott had 16. Noah Belt had 9. Braxton Reveille chipped in 1. And Dalton Huffman had 4 points for the Connersville Spartans. 20 total, and I tell you, very, very impressed with the play all around of the Spartans.
It was a great win, and we hope that the Spartans season continues there with the victory in the sectional finals. Again, 65-47, the Spartans win tonight's ball game in the sectional semifinals, and it's quite a thrilling ball game for CHS, and we're very happy for all the Connersville fans that made the trip here, because it was quite a thrill to see the fans, and I know the boys appreciate very, very much the fact that they had all this following from Connersville.
The field house went white.
Okay, we've got Chris Bottomley, assistant coach of the Spartans. Chris, talk about this ball game tonight. I'm fine, and what do you think of this final ball game, this final score?
Having a huge piece of our puzzle taken away, being Bo, I thought we came out tonight, did a very good job. Considering what was it, a 5 or 7 point game at Richmond.
Yes.
So coming back here,
yes.
I don't even know what the score was. You probably can tell me, but I'm sure we won by 15 or more. I think it was in the 20s, but.
Well, it was 65-47. So,
okay. So you know, taking ball off alignment. You know, those 5 guys have been playing together all year.
Yes.
Putting where we at now, and then taking that puzzle piece out. Pretty proud of the way they come out and execute tonight.
Well, we were talking, Ron and I, about that the Spartans are playing their game tonight. I mean, we controlled the game. We were not forced into playing the Richmond game.
Right. And they've handled pressure and done things all year. We, you know, obviously played some teams this season to put us in a position where, you know, we can take care of pressure and that style of play and still play our style and been successful at it. So we was pretty happy with their play tonight. Very happy.
During some of the timeouts that Coach Brown called, what was going on and what happened at halftime?
We used to talk about execution. I mean, what they have, 8 points at half or something, or I don't even know what they had at half.
They had 13 points at halftime.
You know, we wanted to really take number 3 out of the game, which I thought we did. We knew 20 was going to get his points, but if nobody else scored, we felt pretty comfortable going in that situation. And that was our game plan coming in. And you know, 20 got his, and we did a great job on 3. I think he maybe had 6 points till the 4th quarter, where it really didn't matter much, you know, which always matters, but I mean, at that time. And so I thought we did a great job with our execution, our game plan.
What's the status of Bo Isaacs?
He's been going to see his physical therapist with his knee. He's working hard with them, and also seeing our physical therapist, Audrey Shaw, our trainer. and they're doing best they can to get him back into shape. I don't know if he'll be ready for tomorrow. I mean, that's not up to me or them. I don't know where we're at on that situation, but for sure he'll hopefully be ready by next week. I think if we can get him probably 85 or 90% by tomorrow, he'll probably play, but I don't know. He's still limping around, if you can tell, so I doubt if he'll get there.
Did he aggravate an old injury?
What I was told is he dislocated his kneecap.
I see.
And they put it back in and whatever, so it's very painful, I'm sure. And that's where he's getting some swelling and things from. And then they've been really working him hard. I think he's been off the Methodist. They've been working him hard on his knee, and he's got some swelling today more than yesterday because they're working him hard, trying to get him back to shape quick. So he's young. He should heal, and hopefully we'll be ready for him to come back in our lineup.
I know you're very proud of these young guys that you coached, your JV team that were able to be on the sectional team. You had 5 of your fellows that were promoted to the varsity squad.
Yeah, it's good to see him get some floor time tonight. It's their first time, and I'm happy for him. And deer in headlights when you tell them to go in, but it's a good feeling for them, I'm sure, and it's a moment they'll remember forever. And they got to be a piece of this team that's had a great run this season so far.
Greenfield Central and Newcastle play the second game. What can you tell us about we don't know which team is going to oppose the Spartans tomorrow night, but what about Greenfield Central?
Greenfield Central's done a good job the last 5 games of putting themselves in positions to win. They got beat pretty good, I think, by Plainfield and Avon. But leading up to this style, they're very much like us. They try to control the tempo of what they want to do on their end. And obviously you've seen Tuesday they did a great job against Pendleton. They hit some big shots when they needed to, put themselves in a position to win. Actually, they led most of the game going into that. So they did a great job execution. They're well coached. The kids played hard the whole game. I thought they cut hard. They played hard. They played defense hard for Greenfield. So, if they can come out and execute their situations tonight, maybe they'll see themselves tomorrow in the championship game. In Newcastle, on the other hand, they shoot the ball well. They're in their home gym. They got a big boy in the middle, Gillis, and who does a great job. And so they got to have an inside-outside situation. So this will be interesting to watch this game and see what comes out with it. Could be a great game. It could be a blowout. So we'll find out.
I know you want to congratulate the fans that follow this Spartan team.
Yeah, I had the privilege, obviously, of playing. We had crowds like this and followed us and did the things that we did. There's nobody more proud than I am from where I'm from and in our city and my town, our town, I should say, and having the opportunity to coach at my alma mater and do what we need to do and seeing the following, it doesn't surprise me at all. We got great fans, we got great people, and I even see some of the older people coming back, hanging out in the top row.
Yes.
I love to see them there and getting our youth down at the bottom, our cheer block shoots, and I even see like the grade school cheer block. I seen it today, I think, down in the corner. So what a great atmosphere. They want to see us be successful. They know that we have great kids. They're great kids on and off the court. If they have the opportunity to talk to one of the kids they know, and I think that's what makes them so special about how great of kids, those 5 seniors are and the leadership that they lead for the guys underneath of them right now.
Chris, congratulations to you and all the coaches, Carrie and all the assistants. You guys really work together. You stay calm, and I think that passes on to the players.
Well, that's why we work on it at practice.
You appear to be calm anyway. I'm not sure if you are not on the inside or not.
Yeah.
Chris, thanks for taking some time out to talk to us a little bit about tonight's game. A great victory for the Spartans here in the semifinals of the sectionals. They defeated a Richmond team, and I thought Richmond might put a lot of points on it tonight, but again, our defense came through.
Yep. Thank you for you guys covering us, and we really appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks very much.
All right, thanks.
Chris Bottomley, everybody, one of the assistant coaches here at CHS. It's going to wrap up our telecast here at the Newcastle Fieldhouse as the Spartans again 65-47. They will move into tomorrow night's final game, but you'll see it right here on TV3. For Ron Wiley, this is Fran Schumel thanking you as always for watching Spartan Sports on TV3. Good night, everybody.